The story begins with a girl named Eva who uploads her very first video on YouTube. From her words, we learn that her parents had passed away some time ago and it took her a long time to recover from that trauma. Now, she decides to start traveling and uploading videos on her channel. From her very first video, people start liking Eva a lot because she lives and travels in her van. She even named her channel Van Girl. As time passes, Van Girl, that is Eva, becomes quite famous and gains a loyal audience. People love watching her adventures, but suddenly, one day, she stops uploading videos. At first, everyone gets very worried. After all, Eva is a young woman traveling all alone. Her followers start praying for her safety. A few days later, one of her fans spots Eva's van parked on the roadside. When he goes closer, he finds Eva inside, badly injured and unconscious. But the moment Eva sees him, she starts screaming in terror. The scene then jumps ahead a few months. We see Eva again, filming a new vlog. She explains why she was missing for all that time. She says she had an accident when a deer suddenly appeared in front of her van. She suffered a serious head injury, and doctors advised her not to drive much anymore. The people of the small town where her accident happened helped her recover, so Eva decided to buy an old cabin there and live in it. While showing her new cabin in the video, a truck suddenly appears outside, the same truck that carried her damaged van after the accident. Inside that truck is the same man who found her injured that night. His name is Kellen, the man who had taken care of her after the crash. Eva then goes inside the cabin, showing every corner to her viewers. Coming back in front of the camera, she says that this is a new beginning for her, and from now on, her subscribers can call her Cabin Girl. That's also the name of this movie, Cabin Girl. Eva's subscribers are loyal and overjoyed that she's back. But then, we cut to a man living far away from town. His face is hidden, but he's watching Eva's video very closely. In his room, there are many photos of Eva pinned on the walls, as if he's been watching her for a long time. That night, while Eva is resting in her cabin, the camera focuses on something disturbing, a small hole in the ceiling above her. The next morning, we see Eva wake up early, recording her vlog while cleaning up her cabin. Later, she grabs her bicycle and continues filming as she rides into the nearby town. On the way, we spot the same man we saw earlier, the one secretly watching her videos online. It turns out he has been tracking her every move online, and now he has followed her all the way to this small town. He's clearly stalking her. Meanwhile, unaware of all this, Eva visits Kellen's garage, where Kellen is busy working. While vlogging, she also records Kellen's uncle, who's helping him at the garage. Eva is cheerful and enjoying this new environment. Soon, she meets Dr. Dose, the doctor who treated her after her accident. Dr. Dose reminds her to visit the hospital next week for her routine checkup. After talking to him, Eva continues her vlog, chatting with her viewers as she cycles toward a bridge nearby. While sitting there, she suddenly feels as if someone is calling her name. Confused, she follows the faint voice and ends up near a large tree. On that tree, she notices a memorial plaque dedicated to a girl named Hannah Granger. The moment Eva sees it, she starts experiencing strange visions, flashes of her own accident. Panic sets in as she struggles to understand what's happening and who Hannah Granger really was. Suddenly, a local girl named Trina appears and explains that Hannah Granger used to live in this town, and she had ended her life by jumping off that very bridge. Hearing this shocks Eva deeply. Her panic attacks worsen, and Trina quickly helps calm her down, then offers to take her back to her cabin safely. On their way back, while talking, Eva learns that Trina actually runs a bar in the town, and she even invites Eva to visit sometime. But when they finally reach Eva's cabin, Trina is stunned. She reveals that the very cabin Eva is living in once belonged to Hannah Granger, and ever since Hannah's death, Locals believed it had become haunted. Eva is shaken by this revelation, but she tries to brush it off and continues filming her vlog inside the same eerie cabin. Eva starts live streaming, talking to her viewers about what Trina told her. But now, being alone in the cabin, she begins to feel scared. Suddenly, she notices that the books on her bookshelf are moving by themselves. Terrified, Eva removes the books one by one to check what's happening. But things slowly start getting even stranger inside the cabin. That night, while Eva is sleeping, she once again hears someone calling her name. She steps outside and sees a ghostly figure near her garage. Scared out of her mind, Eva screams, but then she suddenly wakes up. It was all just a nightmare. The next morning, Eva feels unwell, but still decides to go cycling into town. On her way, we again see the same mysterious man driving his van quickly toward her. But just then, Kellen arrives. Noticing Eva looks sick, he offers her a ride, but she politely refuses and walks into a nearby shop. When she comes back out, she finds her bicycle tire punctured, so she takes it back to Kellen's garage, where he fixes it for her. While heading back, Eva starts feeling dizzy, so Kellen decides to drop her home himself, back to her cabin. At the same time, we again see that same stranger holding an axe. Watching them from a distance, the stranger tries to move closer toward Eva, but as soon as Kellen starts driving, the man gets back into his van and leaves. When Eva and Kellen reach her cabin, she talks with him for a while and asks about Hannah Granger. From Kellen's words, we learn that Hannah didn't talk much to anyone. That's why very few people in the town really knew her. Because of her quiet and strange behavior, the townsfolk used to believe she was a witch. It's said that for some unknown reason, she jumped off the same bridge near Eva's cabin and ended her life. Ever since, people claim that if anyone stands near that bridge, they feel as if someone pushes or pulls them from behind. Hearing this, Eva is deeply shocked because the same thing once happened to her too. Later, when Eva walks inside her cabin, her foot gets cut slightly on the broken floorboards, but she ignores it and starts live streaming again. She continues talking to her viewers about Hannah, even wondering if her spirit still wanders around. That night, while sleeping, she hears strange noises outside. Following the sounds, she reaches the same bridge. There, she sees the ghost of Hannah Granger. Terrified, she screams, but suddenly wakes up on her bed again. It was another nightmare. But after hearing so much about Hannah, Eva becomes obsessed and starts researching her online. However, she finds very little information. Just then, the books from her shelf fall down again, but this time, there's no mouse or reason behind it. Eva looks confused and frightened as she picks up the books to place them back. We, the viewers, can clearly see Hannah's ghost standing right behind her. But when Eva turns around, no one is there. That night again, Eva keeps having dreams about Hannah, so she decides to sleep outside near the bonfire. The next morning, Sheriff Tom wakes her up and casually starts talking to her. Later, Eva visits her doctor, Dr. Dosey. When she tells him about her strange visions, the doctor explains that such hallucinations can be common after a head injury. He advises her to focus her mind and ignore these visions completely, as they are not real. After leaving the clinic, Eva goes straight to Trina's house. Though Trina had invited her, Eva's real intention is to learn more about Hannah. Meanwhile, we see the same mysterious stranger following Eva there and sitting a short distance away, quietly watching her. After talking to Trina, Eva discovers that the cabin she's been living in once belonged to Hannah Granger herself. Trina doesn't know much more, but since her father was a journalist who covered Hannah's case after her death, she brings out all his old documents. From these files, they learn about a man named Elijah, Hannah's brother. The Granger family was wealthy and powerful, and after Hannah's death, they made sure to erase all information about it to protect their reputation. Eva still doesn't understand why Hannah keeps appearing in her dreams, so Trina gives her a Ouija board, suggesting she use it to try contacting Hannah's spirit. Afterward, Eva leaves, but accidentally bumps into the same stranger again. The stranger doesn't say much and quietly walks away. After that, Eva heads to the cemetery to find Hannah's grave. Meanwhile, we see the stranger breaking into Eva's cabin garage. He carefully inspects Eva's van parked inside. Shockingly, the van still hasn't been repaired, probably because of Eva's lingering trauma from the earlier accident. On the other side, Eva is returning home with Kellen. On the way, she tells Kellen she's planning to contact Hannah's spirit that night. Hearing this, Kellen is shocked, but says nothing. When they arrive home, Eva notices the garage lock is broken. The stranger, realizing someone has returned, hides inside Eva's van. Eva and Kellen are both startled to see the broken lock. Thinking someone may have broken in, Kellen only checks from the outside and then takes Eva inside the house. The stranger quietly escapes after they go in. That night, Eva asks Kellen to stay over. Together, they plan to contact Hannah's spirit using the Ouija board. When they begin, Eva asks the spirit for a sign of her presence. Immediately, the board's planchette moves toward the word guilty. But when Eva asks another question, nothing happens. Kellen starts thinking Eva might be subconsciously moving it herself because she's been overthinking all this. So he asks her to stop and calm down. While talking, Eva suddenly kisses him. She's clearly developing feelings for him. Just as things start to get intimate, Eva sees someone outside. When Kellen checks, there's no one there. Kellen tells her to rest and goes to sleep in another room. The next morning, Eva wakes up and drinks water, but we see a creepy demonic hand peeking down from the ceiling, watching her. Meanwhile, Kellen is outside repairing her van. Underneath it, he finds a clump of human hair, shocking him. Just then, Eva comes outside and sees Kellen working on the van. But instead of thanking him, she suddenly gets angry, furious, for reasons she doesn't even understand, and drives him away. Kellen is confused, but leaves. Later, when Eva returns inside, she again trips on the broken floorboards. This time, enraged, she grabs an axe and smashes the entire spot open. Shockingly, beneath the floor, she finds a hidden box. Stunned, Eva calls Trina, who arrives bringing tarot cards. When they open the box, they find some old belongings, possibly Hannah's. Trina lays out 6 tarot cards that all point to the same message. Hannah was a witch, and her blood was spilled unjustly. She explains that Hannah's own family had disowned her because everyone believed she practiced witchcraft. Trina adds that Hannah's family might have even been involved in her death. Suddenly, Hannah's ghost appears again, and Eva becomes aggressive. She attacks Trina in a rage. Trina screams and runs away. When Eva returns inside, she notices the word guilty carved under the broken floor. Eva begins to think Hannah left that message to identify her killer. Thinking deeply, she remembers Elijah, Hannah's brother, who could have killed her for property. Eva visits Elijah in the hospital. He had tried to take his own life after Hannah's death, but survived, paralyzed and in a wheelchair. When he sees Eva, he grabs her hand and keeps repeating, "Guilty, guilty." Eva assumes he's confessing to Hannah's murder, but maybe not. If he truly killed his sister, why would he try to end his own life? That doesn't make sense. Confused and terrified, Eva speeds back home, vlogging everything as she drives. She's driving recklessly, so the police start chasing her. Meanwhile, the stranger breaks into Eva's house again and begins checking her laptop. We then see Sheriff Tom with Eva again, the same sheriff who woke her up by the bonfire earlier. As Eva explains why she was driving so fast, she suddenly notices his name and badge. It reads Granger. Shocked, she realizes something is very wrong. When Eva tries to ask him about Hannah and the Granger family, the sheriff walks away without saying a word, making her even more suspicious. When she gets home, she finally spots the stranger and is terrified. The stranger tries to explain that he means her no harm, that he knows what she's done wrong, but Eva doesn't listen and attacks him with an axe. The stranger runs away, but Eva doesn't stop chasing him. She follows him all the way to Kellen's garage. There, she tells Kellen everything about the stranger, the sheriff being a Granger, and her fear that the Granger family wants to kill her for uncovering the truth about Hannah's death. Just then, Kellen sees the stranger trying to flee in his van. Kellen chases after him, and soon Sheriff Tom also joins the chase. After a tense pursuit, Kellen catches the stranger, and the sheriff arrives moments later. They arrest the stranger. After Kellen leaves, Sheriff Tom questions the man about why he was stalking Eva. That's when we learn the shocking truth. The stranger believes Eva murdered his daughter, Jackie. Yes, he was searching Eva's house for proof of that. The sheriff is confused, since Eva always seemed like a good girl. Still, to investigate further, he takes the handcuffed stranger to Eva's cabin, but leaves him in the car while he goes inside alone. Hearing the sheriff's voice, Eva becomes paranoid, believing he came to kill her. She grabs the axe and suddenly attacks him, brutally injuring him. The stranger witnesses this and is horrified. When Eva goes back to her room, she sees Hannah's spirit again, but this time, she isn't afraid. Then, Kellen arrives. Eva shows him the torn piece of paper with the word guilty written on it, and begins explaining everything about Hannah's brother Elijah. Now, Kellen notices Eva's notebook, inside which Eva has written, she's guilty, many times. Seeing this, Kellen realizes that Eva is still hallucinating. Her mental condition has become worse than ever. Kellen then sees the sheriff outside, still writhing in pain. Feeling pity, Kellen goes to help him. But Eva, now mentally disturbed, starts believing that Kellen is also working with the Granger family, that he's pretending to care only to trap her. So, in her panic, she injures Kellen's fingers with the axe and runs toward the bridge. Somehow, Kellen escapes outside and frees the stranger from the car. The stranger rushes toward Eva and manages to calm her down a little. When he finally talks to her, the truth of the entire story comes out. It turns out that when Eva used to vlog in her van, back when her channel was called Van Girl, she was passing through this same town late one night. That night, there was a girl named Jackie, a huge fan of Eva's. And that girl was actually the stranger's daughter. Jackie had stopped near the bridge, waiting just to meet Eva. But Eva, extremely sleepy, didn't notice her and accidentally hit Jackie with her van. Jackie lost her life on the spot. At that exact time, Jackie's father was on a video call with her and saw everything happen. He could only see the top of Eva's van in the footage, so he never had solid proof to take legal action. That's why he was sneaking into Eva's house, looking for evidence and paying close attention to her van. After realizing all this, Eva begins to recall memories from the night of the accident. She remembers that she truly did hit Jackie, but her mind had been refusing to accept that she had taken someone's life. Immediately after the accident, she had seen a deer, and her traumatized brain created a false memory, making her believe she had only hit a deer, not a person. Which means that the ghost Eva had been imagining wasn't Hannah's at all. It was Jackie's. And even that ghost wasn't real. It was her subconscious trying to make her remember the truth, forcing her to confront her guilt. That's why she kept writing she's guilty in her diary, because deep down, she knew she was. She had done something terrible and then tried to run away from it. Somewhere deep inside, her subconscious knew she had been responsible for Jackie's death. After remembering everything, Eva is overcome with guilt. She tries to end her life by jumping off the same bridge, but Jackie's father saves her, because after losing his daughter, he didn't want the same tragedy to happen to someone else. A little later, we see Eva inside a room that looks like she's recording a video, but actually, she's in a mental asylum. Yes, Trina is seen observing her from outside. When she speaks to the doctor, we learn that ever since Jackie's death, Eva has been suffering from severe post-traumatic dissociation. She keeps reliving the same night, the moment she hit Jackie, over and over again. Her mental condition is getting worse, and she can never fully recover. In the final scene, Eva is seen talking to herself, and behind her stands Jackie's ghost, meaning Eva will never escape her guilt. Jackie's ghost softly calls Eva's name, and boom, the Cabin Girl movie ends right there.